Hey, everybody. It is Mike Young from Mike Young Real Estate and also trianglegrapevine.org. We have our community groups, the biggest of which are Wake Forest community information and Raleigh community information. And if some of you guys have been watching my videos, which are usually pinned to the top of our groups, you know that the last video I did was on real estate, and it was on should I refinance my home? Because, we've been talking about rates under 3%, 3% or under sometimes, depending upon what kind of deal you can get there, what the hour of the day is, because rates change every single minute of every single day. They only go up and down. It's the only thing I can tell you for sure. The only thing anybody can tell you for sure. But it's a great time to refinance. Check that video out if you haven't seen it, and wherever you're watching this is probably also right near there. You can find it there. But the long story short of that one is that you can get 30-year loans under 3%, some 15-year loans even under 2%, believe it or not. I mean, you're gonna have to pay some fees with those, and you gotta figure it all out. But it's a great time to refinance or even to buy. And that's what this point of this video is. It's kind of like a mid-COVID real estate market update, because as you guys know, COVID-19 started here in the year 2020 in North Carolina in early March. Everything almost reached a complete standstill by the end of March, including all the markets tanking, and nobody knew what was going on. We couldn't even show homes for a while. We weren't sure what was going on. And now, come to find out, it's early August and the market is on fire. That's all I've got to say. If you are a seller, it is a strong seller's market in most price ranges right now, especially as you get to a lower price range in detached homes. Those houses are not lasting at all. They are getting multiple offers. They are getting due diligence monies like I've never heard of before, in the thousands. And if you guys don't know what due diligence money is, I'll explain that here in a second. You're also gotta pay way more than you think if you're a buyer. So it's a very, very challenging time. If you're a buyer, you absolutely need the help of a seasoned real estate professional. And I've been licensed since 2006. So there are only a few agents with much more licensing time than myself at this point in time. And of course, time license brings experience, and there is there's no substitute for experience. So it's so important. And the reason why it's important in real estate, at least, is because real estate has an almost infinite amount of possibilities. Almost an infinite number of things can happen in any one particular transaction. And you've got to know, and when I say you, your counsel, your advisor, your realtor has got to know how to handle these situations when they come up. All kinds of weird situations happen all the time. And right now is a weird time. When you've got a strong seller's market, if you're a buyer, it is a very, very challenging time. I've got a lot of tools with me that I can help buyers get what they want in this market. But recognize it is challenging. However, even if you're paying a little bit more than you think for a house right now as a buyer, it's okay, because you're getting an incredible deal on interest rates. I don't know where they're going to go. I don't know if they're going to go any lower. It seems like, they went down to 3% and then they kind of bumped up a little bit, and now they're going back down again as I'm recording this. So that's just because there's a spike in demand. As anybody who's been involved in some mortgages knows, it's just been a huge amount of demand recently. Now, going back to like price and terms, if you're a buyer, all right, first of all, there isn't much inventory. And because of that, I'd say probably one of the largest percentages ever of homes being sold in the Triangle, Wake Forest, Raleigh, Cary, Rolesville, Franklin County areas is new construction now. And as you guys may know, I offer my buyers of new construction homes 1% cash back. So that's where you got to go a lot of times for new construction, because the inventory on existing homes just isn't there. It is such low inventory right now, and of course that's what drives a strong seller's market. Now, what was I talking about with due diligence? Well, due diligence, the way contracts are written in North Carolina, and we really cannot modify them as realtors. We definitely cannot, only as attorneys. And most realtors are not attorneys. But it's always good to have an attorney who's out there just working on the attorney's work, actually, in your transaction. And of course, as a buyer, you're the one who hires the attorney. But let's go on to due diligence. What's due diligence? It gives you a certain amount of time frame, which is negotiable if it's put into the contract at all, because sometimes they're not even done right now because of the crazy seller's market right now. But if you can get a due diligence time frame, they're going to want a huge amount of money. Due diligence money is only refundable to you as a buyer if you go to settlement. If you don't go to settlement, you don't get that due diligence money back. So please keep that in mind. It's so important. But of course, from a seller's perspective, there's nothing better than a seller would love to see than a ton of due diligence money. And of course, if you're trying to sell a house on your own, it's even more challenging now to try to sell a house on your own. You need to know how to navigate all these things. You need to know how to develop some leverage and to get the best deal for you as a seller. You don't, even if you get the offer of your dreams, if they just feel like walking away because they don't have much in it, then it's not really that great of an offer, you know? So, but as a buyer, you got to be willing to put sometimes thousands of dollars down. Sometimes it all depends, just like everything else. It all depends. But of course, an experienced realtor like myself would be able to help you navigate these things and be confident about them. And of course, deal with any kind of a handoff situation, buying a home, selling a home, etc. All these things, very important. But we still have tons of people actually who don't have houses to sell, who are moving into the Triangle area, at least not local houses to sell anyway. That's another thing that's fueling this strong sellers market, is the fact that people are still moving here in droves. Whatever term you want to use, it's still Raleigh, Triangle, Cary, Wake Forest, Franklin County areas are just at the top of everybody's list in terms of quality of life, especially with COVID-19 and folks realizing, hey, you know, I can live anywhere now, right? Why am I living here? If I'm living in a really expensive legacy type metropolitan area that doesn't have anything necessarily unique about it, why am I living there if I can work remotely and live anywhere? A lot of people are doing this. I'm hearing from a lot of people, a lot of potential buyers, a lot of clients in this situation right now. So I don't see that stopping anytime soon. Everybody knows this is an awesome area. It's not perfect. And of course, if you're in our community groups, you hear people complain about things from time to time. And it's really because it's not perfect. And we want it perfect. And that's great. But there really isn't any other place that's really better. That doesn't have as great of a balance and a sense of a community as this Triangle, Wake Forest, Raleigh, Cary, Franklin County, Rolesville, all this stuff. It's a great little section of real estate here in North Carolina and in the United States in general. So everybody's moving in, buyers are having trouble, sellers may have it somewhat easy trying to sell, but you still want to get, it's not about the price, it's about the terms. There's a lot to navigate here, okay? So you want to have somebody on your side. And of course, I represent sellers. I guarantee the best commission rate on your sales, so you don't have to worry about that. And my commission does not cost you. You will get the best deal on the commission, but because I'm experienced, licensed since 2006, you're going to get the benefit of all that experience, and it's going to translate to you into more money in your pocket as opposed to less if you try to do it yourself. That's my promise to you anyway, is that I can do that for you. That's what all this experience buys you. So hiring myself to represent you as a seller will not cost you money. It will save you money. That's a guarantee for sure. And remember, if you're a buyer, inventory is low, it's challenging, but I can help you out. So please contact me. You can contact me direct. I give you my cell phone number. The 919 is 919-780-4170. The direct mobile to my Maryland number, because I relocated from Maryland back in 2008, 2007, 240-205-0417. And of course, if you're not in our community groups, please join them. The biggest of which are Wake Forest Community Information and Raleigh Community Information. Easy way to find those is wfci.one or rci.one. We've got, at the current count, I believe, something like 53,000 people in the Wake Forest Community Information Group. That's how you know it's us. And then the Raleigh Community Information Group is about 35,000 people. That's how you know it's us. They're both the largest by far groups in the area, and very valuable resource if you need anything in the community, anything at all. Just go there. Make sure you follow our policies and guidelines, though. We update those as they're pinned to the top, and they're also in the description. Be sure to read those. And of course, like I said, the bottom line is that I'd love to help you. It is a challenging market. The market's always changing. If we have another update here, I'll make updates from time to time on the real estate market, but just when there's some major changes. Right now, we're into, like I said, mid-COVID, not post-COVID yet, but mid-COVID market update. And I don't think anyone predicted how strong this market was going to become that it is right now. And I don't see it dropping here in North Carolina in the Triangle area. I do see it dropping in areas that are high cost, legacy, traditional types of metropolitan areas. And of course, the Rust Belt states that people are moving out of. Even California is not a Rust Belt state, but places where people are creating mass exodus from. those markets are going to get hit, and they're going to take a long time to recover, probably, when they do get hit. And I imagine that's happening right now too. So in the meantime, if you have any questions, by all means, just put them down below here in the video, in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Other than that, message me directly. If you got anybody that wants to hear this, or should hear this, or needs to hear this, tag them in the comments. You can share it. We'll keep these things pinned up for a little while anyway as announcements on our groups. And I hope to see you in the groups and have a lot of fun in our groups. Meet your neighbors. Find out about anything where you want to go to eat, someone to fix broken stuff on your house, anything in between. We've got all of it there. So this is Mike Young with Mike Young Real Estate signing off. And I will see you in the next video. And I'll see you around in the community groups. Be sure to say hi when you see me commenting and welcoming all the new members. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.